Hey you guys, I'm back with yet another video. As you can see, I got part of my eye done today. This video, at least for the Use That Damn product, I do have one brand in mind for eyeshadows, and that is Electrum Cosmetics. I only got 2 palettes from them that I have yet to use. Literally swatched them and nothing else. Bro, it's so damn hot, it's lifting up my makeup. I should have definitely used one size just before I did all this, but it's too late now. But today, at least for this first look, we are going with the Midnight Moth palette. Obviously, I got this year, right? I placed my order technically last year, but first of all, look at these colors. I will insert swatches. I know this time around. Want to copy this look from Tony, definitely go follow her. She is such a beautiful woman and I love her makeup looks. She makes it look so effortless. So I kind of want to do that type of thing, but since I wear glasses, I'm not going to put it by my nose area. Just a little swirlies here and there. And I'm upset because I got mad brushes from Michael's that I cannot find. That would definitely help me with the swirlies, but I want to do that, but with these looks, you know? Like, I originally thought about staying up here, but to be honest with you, nah. So I'm going with all these mattes down here. And for the shimmer, I'm thinking about just doing Luna. But the problem is Luna is very flaky, and I'm not sure how that's going to look. So literally, we're going to go into this dark green shade, if you have it, as like the liner work. Blend it out with Nocturnal a little bit. And for the main eye, of course, it's going to be Petra. And for the rest of the eye base, like my bronzer or something, just so that way it's not looking crazy. Like, the white parts is not going to show. I'm going to the movies today. I'm going to see Fantastic Four. It technically came out yesterday, but I'm so excited to see it today. Bro, I started comparing TikTok prices. Like, the first night is mad expensive. Like, So, yes, we will be going the second night. No popcorn today, unfortunately. But, yeah, I'm so excited to get into this. It took me... Listen, this is a one-woman show. The only reason why I forgot that I ordered it is because around the time that it was supposed to be here in December... Actually, no, it was supposed to be in November. Then they moved it on, I think, to December, I believe. And then it got shipped out to January. You know, a lot of shit was going on around that time. Either way, the reason why I forgot is because my mama died. Okay? I was planning a whole bunch of stuff and it wasn't until like a whole month, like in January, I was like, oh, I got a notification it's coming. I completely forgot. Anyways, this is magnetic. I do have the Dark Winter palette, which is her most recent one. And that, according to her, isn't magnetic. But when I first got it, you know, I didn't see the message on her website saying that it wasn't magnetic. I just assumed because I got this palette that it was also magnetic. It wasn't. But for some reason, my palette, I cannot say for yours, my palette, the center shades with all the multi-chromes and stuff was magnetic. In fact, when I deconstructed the palette to make everything magnetic, the pans are also different from the center row with the multi-chromes versus the mattes. So I had to attach like a magnet to the mattes for the Dark Winter palette and to make the mattes magnetic if I want to. So that's the reason why, you know, if you see my palette all a little bit wonky, that's why. You know, it didn't come like that. Like I said, that I don't know if mine was just a dupe or something, like a dud, but I'm glad that at least like majority of the middle shade is like that, so I'm not wasting my magnets, you know? So yay for me. Anyways, let's continue. We're gonna speed this through because I already showed you which ones I'm going to be doing, and it's hot as hell. So give me one moment, okay? And I'm sorry for the noise for the fan because it's very hot in here, but you're gonna need a lot of small detail brushes, okay? Like pencil brushes, or even go to Michael's and get you some liner brushes, you know? Like, this isn't from Michael's. I think this is from AliExpress. Yes, it is from AliExpress. Like really detailed stuff. Like even this skinny thing, also from AliExpress. So get you some small detail brushes so that way it's like, you know? And that's basically it. That's what you need. So now let's continue on with, hopefully tutorial. It's not going to be an exact dupe of what she did because again I wear glasses, so I can't bring it down my nose bridge. Maybe to the side, to be honest with you. Nah, I'm not kind of, because she showed like 2 technically different looks, but you know she gotta up it up, and I like it like that. So if anything, I'll probably put it across my nose bridge instead of, you know, bringing it down here. So let's continue. Okay, y'all. Sorry, it's so dang on hot. I'm sweating. Quick review. Beautiful color story. Definitely color story that matches with each other. I feel like these, like, even when I did the swatches like a few weeks ago when I first got it, well, I should think months ago, right? The multi-chromes even matches within each other, you know. Top rows belong with each other, but also if you really wanted to, like, this purple has a little bit of a greenish flip, so technically if you wanted to, you could like use this purple on the veil with these. Same with Hecate. Like, yeah, it's like pinkish, but you do see a bit of a green flip as well, so I feel like everything is cohesive. The only thing is the matte. So I don't know if it's very hard pressed in the pan, but it's very hard. I keep like packing my brush in so I can like get it onto my damn eye. But first of all, this thing on flaky, it's very flaky. I feel like I'm starting to realize that as beautiful as flaky eyeshadows are, very pretty, I need to just learn how to work with flaky eyeshadows, because it's so, the shade Luna is so dang flaky. Some got underneath my eye, but you know what, I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm gonna have to figure out how to get it off. I'm gonna have to go on TikTok one of these days and learn how to get flaky eyeshadow off. I should have had, you know, under eye powder, but to be honest with you, I didn't want to. I may have to reapply. Right? I mean, it's coming off a little bit. I got to take a spoolie and stuff. Or next time with a flaky eyeshadow, I'm just gonna have to lay down some matte stuff, some matte powder before I use the glitter primer. I did use the Bella Beauté bar as my primer, bruh. This is so nice, and I try to use my finger to distribute it throughout the yellow bits, only the yellow bits, but it's so nice. And I feel like it's nice and noticeable. I definitely should have used something brighter. Like I said, I'm learning as I go. I feel like next time, use something more brighter. Because hopefully, the mattes, whatever problem is with the mattes here is not the same with Dark Winter. So I haven't seen anybody's reviews yet. So we'll see. That's just my experience with this palette. So maybe it's different with the other palette. Maybe she improved. Maybe it's not as hard pressed with the mattes. We will see when we get there. But for now, wow. Let me put my t-shirt on. Let me cool down a bit and let's go outside. Okay, let's go outside. Actually, no, I need a deeper brown to fix this outside mess. Because like I did use a brown for the highlight area. But it's looking too, I feel like it's too dang on bright. So let me choose another brown that's kind of more my skin tone, so I can like, it's not as crazy looking, you know. Okay, listen, I know it's hot outside, but this is a very thin long sleeve. First of all, get into the look, get into the highlighter. That's from the quad set from Taj, collaboration with Bella Beauté bar with Blend Bunny Cosmetics. I mean, it's decent. Okay, bro, and the lip combo is NYX brown liner from the long line collection. I think it's too high or something. I don't know, child. Look for a deep brown, okay? 60s era from Mama Mitchell. I patted it in. I followed her advice. I patted it in. What is her name? Kendra? It starts with a K. I'll insert her face right here. But like, bro, I just patted it in, and then I went in with the gloss Stargirl. First of all, get into the nails. Look at that. I'm so glad I did it myself, because it's been a long time since I did my nails, child. But I'm really liking it. I'm going to turn down the exposure a bit because I want to see some of these looks. I hope it's... Listen, the sun is very high today, so I hope you are able to see everything, child. And yeah, that's it. Some bits, I feel like if you zoom in, well, I feel like some things are lifting because, like I said, it was hot as hell inside, and my AC ain't working. But oh my goodness, this sparkly shit, that shade Luna, bro, it's out of this world gorgeous. And I feel like depending on what base that you use it on, Luna is definitely iridescent, because I saw some pinkish on top, but when you blend it on top of here, it's like this green, this lime green, yellowish color. Oh, the multi-chromes that you chose for this color scheme, great. The mattes, left to be desired, but I do like the colors. So, bro, this is just, and I really wish I could wear, contact lenses, so that way I can do even more elaborate stuff without me having to worry about my glasses messing up shit. But hey man, it is what it is. I'm gonna go back and put some more powder underneath my eye, so the less messed up it's gonna be. But yeah, girl, this is it. Hey guys, I'm not sure when I'm gonna start this video for the dark winter, but before I even get into the tutorial, obviously I just deconstructed it. Oops, sorry, my goodness. But I wanted to show y'all how like the palette. Okay, so when I first did my swatches on Instagram, I mentioned how like the middle row is magnetic, and I wish that the rest was also magnetic, but then the owner said that no, it's not a magnetic palette. So my thing, as you can see, you see how circular these pans are? These, however, are very different. You see how smooth the pan is? So my guess is that these pans are actually Jesus, if only it would focus. You see how smooth it is compared to the other ones? So my guess is that there was a mix up, at least with some palettes. Not mine, because like I tend to test everything out, you know, especially if it's not mentioned that if it's magnetic or not. So as you can see, I got my little nail magnet. It doesn't work, but it does work for this one. So I feel like mine's is just a fluke. But just so you know, don't expect your stuff to be magnetic, okay? And no, I didn't repress or anything. Like literally, I just pulled it out from my drawer because I'm in the middle of doing a project, okay? But like I've already deconstructed it and made the back magnetic. So when I add these magnets to them, it's going to be nice and perfect. So I just had to let the disclaimer know. Your palette probably won't be magnetic. I'm just saying that. Right here, trying to cool myself down because as I'm doing my makeup, I'm sweating and it's lifting up certain things. And yes, even though I do got this, it's just not enough. So don't look too closely, but they're separating and it's so annoying. I used my e.l.f. Maybe I need a better matte primer. I let it sit for like a whole minute, not 30 seconds, a whole minute to let it, you know, mattify and everything. And yeah, did my skin prep, all that other stuff. But no, and I don't know, maybe because I'm using a new skincare routine, at least for today. Like I use my Korean 12-step program, I guess, and I'm more matte-ish. Like for example, for my moisturizer today, I used a Dynasty cream from Beauty by Jensen. I like this cream. I used it for the first time yesterday, and I like how moisturized my face feels, but also matte. It's not greasy and everything, which is crazy because I love you. Listen, if you know me, I like to slather my lips with a good thick. You know, I like thick creams. I like thick stuff. You know, like a thick ass. But y'all, this is what we are working with. I am patting out my stuff because I'm kind of pissed off about my separation. Like you can see it right here, separating here on top of here. Like literally before I can even get to my contour / bronzer, it was separating over here, like gone. Like, and I was like, you know what? I don't be using that many products on my forehead anyway, so it is what it is. But it's still annoying me. It still pisses me off. It's always the under eye and the top part here. That is it. That is all. Anyways, being out of tree, we can move. For this look, again, Tony, I feel like I really like this look that she got going on. I'm gonna show it to you right here. You see the look? Yeah, so this is gonna be mostly silent tutorial, to be honest with you. Enjoy some of the music, background music. But today we're using Dark Winter. The goal is to try to use most of the mattes. Well, I feel like I'm gonna use most of this, like Frosty, as you can see. I already showed y'all anyways. And some of these lighter colors up here. And to be honest with you, I think the only shimmer I might use is Winter Winds with this on top of this for my inner corner and stuff. Ugh, I'm so annoyed. But yeah, that's the plan, at least. And you know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna have to stick with mostly these brighter colors because yes, this is a mostly darker palette. I'm sorry, this is this is mostly a darker palette, but I feel like Dark Winter and this shade right here is too dang similar. Like at this point, they're both navy blue. For a moment, I really thought that was this a mistake, you know? But when I look at other people's palettes, no. I feel like she should have swatched it out for a different color. But this palette doesn't really have that many midtones. So I feel like if you want to like really use it to the full capacity, bring in another palette, you know, to really like use everything up like to the full capacity. If you want to, you know, get another mid-tone shade from another palette, go ahead. But if this is, I feel like it's mostly made for the girlies who are really into smokies, like one and done. I feel like these are darker shadows, depending on what brushes you use. You can do like a nice smoky eye depending on what brushes you use. Use a really dense brush, and then you go in with a fluffier brush with a light hand to kind of lighten it up. And next thing you know, or you can use Frostbite to really lighten up other shades, like, you know. But that's just my thought process, and I really want to get started on this look. So for my I could also use gray all day. I feel like gray all day is mostly an only shimmer, but amen. So the only shimmer today is Winter Winds, and mostly the lighter colors and brown for Frosty in order to recreate this look. So I'm going to be using the Nessa Marix Color Fix, if I could find it in front of me, Nude 8, to kind of trace the lines that she got going on. And I like her stuff. It's stuff like, go ahead, go follow her, please go follow her. Like, she makes things look so simple when it really took a lot of time and energy. You know how it is. Like, you know how like they say about, you know, that makeup that you see in movies and stuff where it looks so natural, like it's the real skin, but that actually takes a lot more makeup than you actually think it does. Yeah, that's what it is, you know? Like all that effort for like a beautiful flawless face, and I love it so much. Ooh, and I love her lippy too. Anyways, let's continue. This is gonna be the really silent part, okay? Oh, and I'm so sorry. Use a lot of detail brushes. I'm gonna use like a liner brush, a few liner brushes. How small do I want? Basically really small so I can get those curvatures nice and ready to go. I feel like I'm just going to do the outline first and then go in with, fill it in with the colors that I want to randomly put in. Okay, now you may begin for the silent part. I have my Danessa Myricks Color Fix in the shade Nude 8, and I tried to do it on camera, but I had to get off camera to trace my stuff because I didn't want to fuck it up. Then I'm tracing it over with that deep brown Skeety. But yeah, girl, I was taking my sweet old time. I did not want to fuck up this thing. Still had trouble with the mattes. I'll get into more later, but for now, maybe if y'all have a better, you know, fun time with me, then maybe y'all can recreate her look with this palette. So here I am using my trusty dusty tried and true Color Fix in the shade Nude 2 because I wanted the colors to pop up, because I remember from my swatches I was struggling with some of the colors, so I didn't want that to happen, and yet I still struggled with some of the colors, so I ended up having to pivot with like the shade Frostbite. Child, I just try to pack as much as Frostbite as possible. Next time I'll try the white base, but you'll see when we get to that. I was just digging into my palette, and yet nothing. I should have gone with the shade Darkness in the inner corner, but it is what it is. At least Winter Wind saved the inner corner, as well as the shimmer for, well, to be honest with you, most of the mattes. Because this was a disaster, so I was so frustrated that I didn't even bother taking the damn picture for the damn thumbnail. Oh well, y'all can see me struggle. Just another critique, like, I had a hard time blending out certain shades. Normally when I use other mattes, like, it's such an easier time. Even like the dusty, you know, that, you know, the minute that you put your brush in, a whole bunch of dust comes out. I still have a more easier time with them because at least it's easy to blend, you know, like just a lot of fallout. This, not so much. Like, I'm trying my hardest to like blend it out. It's just not working no matter how much I'm trying. And I was like, yo, what the hell? Because I used these brushes before, I know how they work. I'm like, ugh, it's just a match, y'all. Beautiful gowns, beautiful gowns. More on that later. Hey you guys, back to the talking. As you can see, I'm struggling a lot, mostly with the mattes. Like, I feel the same way about the Midnight Moth. Like, beautiful, such a beautiful color story, right? Very, very beautiful color story. But these mattes, yeah, I'm just not feeling it. I'm just gonna throw on this random e.l.f. gloss. It's the shade Chocolate. I'm not feeling with liner. I got my natural lips anyway, so that's my natural liner. But this ain't it. At least somebody follow the shape. Maybe it's like, I don't know, maybe it's like the primer that I use for, no, because I use the same thing. Like, oh my god, it's just a matte thing doing it. And I was gonna go out without my damn glasses. Fuck that shit. We're wearing the glasses today. Not only were we wearing the glasses today, but ooh, this is actually a really cute gloss. Literally, that's it. I'm just gonna throw on a gloss. I already got my dark lips as a liner. Boom. Ooh, it's minty. Conclusion, I'm not feeling this look. I like the color story, but my god, I'm just having such a hard time with the mattes that at first I was gonna make only this part matte, but I was like, fuck that shit. We are just gonna have to add that holographic shade because it has a little bit of every single color up in here. We're just gonna have to add it up to the center, like diffuse it out, because nah, this ain't it. I'm not feeling it. I got most of the shapes right, you know. We're gonna have to wing up the shape, but like carved out, you know, the shape as usual to make it nice and clean cut. But like, it's just the mattes, yo. I'm not feeling the mattes. Beautiful color story. Mattes not so much, but that in the corner though, like, and I feel like next time I'll probably go with a white based primer instead. I should have gone with just straight up white instead of, you know, a light skinned child. I went with nude too as my primer to like kind of brighten it up. It brightened up some colors, but other colors like this Frostbite and Diary, these two, they were barely showed up on that number 2 shade. And this, I had to switch from this to this. And these two, I feel like this row is definitely a good, actually this row and this will make a nice, you know, quad eyeshadow look. So I have to play with this palette some more, at least with her formula some more, because it's my first time using it for this brand. I would definitely go back there for the shimmers. And I do remember she had some glosses on there, but I never got the chance to buy them because the ones I wanted were sold out. I would definitely go back for the shimmers, but I don't know. Beautiful gowns though. With that being said, I'm out. I gotta go. I was about to put some dang on highlighter on. I ain't feeling it. This look, I'm disappointed. Beautiful gowns. Beautiful color story. Love the packaging, everything else. But I'm gonna have to play with it some more on my own time. So we shall see. I need to play with different primers and all that other stuff so I can get a good sense of this dang on thing. Other than that, it's a dud for the mattes. I want everything to be nice and cohesive. I'm keeping obviously the shimmers and everything, but like, who knows, maybe I might end up switching out the mattes and stuff with other mattes in my collection. If I still have a hard time struggling, I'll probably look for similar mattes and just switch it out since I turned it into a magnetic palette. But wish me luck. I feel like it's too hard pressed in the pan. So y'all, goodbye. That's my review for today. See you next time. So sorry, I realized I forgot to like show. It's horrible, child. Listen. It's just the mattes are just so I kept digging in and in and in. I'm sorry, y'all. But let's turn down the exposure. Listen, if we're not here for the mattes, at least we're here for the shimmer. So there's that. I guess like this wouldn't be good for like elaborate stuff. Like just stick with your basic, you know, rounded eye look and maybe a cat eye look. But like when it comes for these more elaborate stuff, these probably are not the mattes to be using, to be honest with you. Let me turn down exposure real quick because it's too late for me to go outside. But oh my god, that ain't a corner though. Yo, Winter Winds is my thing. And that hollow, I'm definitely loving that hollow a lot. Anyways, y'all, that is it. I'll see you next time. Definitely not for elaborate looks. Just I feel like when it comes with these types of mattes for both palettes, just stick with the really basic eye with a throw on a shimmer and good. You're good to go. But like when it comes for these mattes, like I said, I'm gonna have to keep playing with it more. Goodbye, friend. Okay, you guys, I came back for this third look. So much better than the last time. Did I still have trouble with the mattes? Absolutely. Also, what shade did I use for? Okay, so Cabin left a little bit of staining, so be careful of that. I managed to cover it up pretty well enough for me, but I'm still having mad trouble with the mattes. I feel like it's just the mattes. I tried even a different primer that I also trust. Still the same issue with the mattes. Child. Anyways, I managed to save it. Kind of like a blown out look. This is going to be the best I'm going to do for today, and I carefully remove my makeup. That is it. That is all. I'm going to throw on some mascara and deuces because I don't know what time it is, but I got to go. They layer well together for the most part, but it's just these things on mattes, child. I'm sorry. I'm not feeling the mattes. Love the color story down, but I probably will switch out some of the mattes with other shades that are very similar to it that have a much easier time. So that's all I can say for the improvement. I would love to go back to get some more shimmers. I like her Misfit series that she got going on, where like, you know, it's limited edition mixed up together, limited quantity. Also her lip glosses. I would like to go back for her lip glosses. But as far as palettes, I'm sorry. Like, unless, like she did, for example, she did manage, did she do all of them? Like, for example, when this stuff came out, there was a few shades, I believe. Was it winter? Maybe. I think she only did winter as a single eyeshadow, but she could just do the middle parts, like multi-chromes, like sell the multi-chromes separately. I would love that. And I'll just have to recreate the color story within my own collection, because yeah, I would definitely buy her singles though. Definitely go for the singles. But the mattes, nah. Came out decent because I managed to save it, but still had a hard time. Adios, goodbye. And I'm so sorry, I forgot to show you which shades I use. I use these 2 mattes plus the brown to kind of deepen up the shades. I use these 3 shimmers. Literally, the only thing I kept from the last look is Winter Winds, and I just removed the brown liner that I had in the corner, but it's decent. That's it. That's all I want to